concept of the music video for Had It All Wrong, that old saying, judging a book by its cover, I mean, we all do that. We're all guilty of that. And I kind of wanted to use this video as an opportunity to tell the real story of who I am. I grew up on a self-sustaining farm. I was homeschooled. We had an 1.5 acre garden. I milked goats every morning. I gathered eggs. I grew up very old-fashioned. Growing up on a farm is a lot of work. I learned the value of hard work and having a strong work ethic, since I was a little kid. And I really got that from my dad. And then I lost my father when I was 13 years old. My mom remarried. We moved to Katy. I ended up going to Texas A&M University, getting a degree and going into the construction industry. But at the same time, playing music, because music is my passion. In order to pursue my passion, I came from no money. I don't have a rich uncle. I don't have a scholarship program. So I don't have any kind of investors. I did what I had to do to make that happen, which was work hard. After I graduated college, I went and worked a full-time job in the construction industry to make the money to make music videos and make albums and hire radio promoters and publicists and booking agents and all that. Booking shows on my lunch break during the week, working 50 hours a week corporate, and then leaving on Friday afternoon to go play wherever Friday and play Saturday, sometimes Sunday, sometimes twice Sunday, coming back to work on Monday and doing it all again the next week. I did that for 7 years before going out on my own, starting my own construction company. When people first meet me, they think that Will Carter is a spoiled rich city boy, and that it's hilarious to me because I've been riding horses since I was 8, training horses since I was like 11. I grew up milking goats and gathering eggs on a self-sustaining farm. I wanted to use the opportunity with this video to kind of give everybody a little peek and insight into where I grew up and how I grew up. And I guess just say that, I lost my father at an early age. I'm the oldest of 4. My mom's only been a mom. And it was my job to make sure my family would be okay. And on top of that, no one was helping me pursue my dream and my passion, which is to play music. So I worked very hard to make it happen. 6 years ago, I put out my first single to radio, Texas radio. A song called I Don't Know Why, and it was basically the start of the Will Carter project. Put out an EP and followed that up with a full-length album. Prior to this song, I've had 12 singles on Texas radio, 2 of which have went national. I was, young and learning and trying to figure out how to navigate this industry, and so I took a lot of feedback from industry, and I was guilty of letting the industry sort of guide what I was doing. It can be frustrating. As an artist, you want to put out music and tell your story and do it in a way that's true to you. And when you're directed or persuaded by others to do things a certain way just because that's what they think the industry wants and that kind of thing, it sort of takes away the core reason for why you put out music in the first place. I was getting frustrated with it, and I ran into this older gentleman that basically said, just listen to your heart and be true to yourself. And at that point, it kind of snapped, and I said, you know what? Despite the fact that I've put out 2.5 albums and have had 12 songs on radio, and I feel like I'm kind of changing directions a little bit late in the game, but I decided to, at that point, to just kind of go back to kind of where it started, and instead of using session musicians and letting producers and big studios kind of direct the production process, I just brought the guys. I've got a great band. Not only are they phenomenal live musicians, but they're also great studio musicians, and you don't see that a lot. My bass player has been with me for 9 years. Prior to teaming up with me, he was in a rock band called Infinity's Twin, and the frontman for that also plays fiddle, also sings. About a year and a half ago, Bino, the frontman for Infinity's Twin, also started a country cover band called Born and Bred. And my bass player, when he wasn't playing with me, or if I was off doing a radio tour or playing acoustic show or something like that, he would go play with Bino in one of those bands, either the rock band or the country band. It just kind of makes sense that we just take all the guys and make one band. And so the guys constantly play together. It keeps the band busy. The band stays together every single weekend playing either Infinity's Twin show or a Born and Bred show or a Will Carter show. It's the same guys over and over and over. So it's like a big family, and the band is super tight. And the live show is reflective of that. So come out and see us. I'm very blessed that I've got an amazing group of guys that can not only kill it live, they also can kill it in the studio. So we just went in, and it kind of started with the last single, Wrong Side of Town, where we just went in the studio and pressed record and did it the old school way, where we just get in there and we do what we do on stage. And it was awesome. It was real. It was like, that was us. That's what we do. We can replicate it live, right? Because that's what we're doing on stage every weekend. So we decided to do the whole rest of this album the same way, going into the studio just like they did back in the day, and press and record, and the guys in the band that we play together every weekend, we go in the studio and we do exactly what we do on stage. My favorite part about the Had It All Wrong music video is the scene where we go out to my land and we build a bonfire and we sit around and we're hanging out with friends and family, playing music. From the time I moved away from our place in Sealy and moved to Katy, every single weekend from that time until I graduated high school, I was out there with my friends, and that is exactly what we did. We built a bonfire, we sat around, we played guitar, back to stupid, that's what we did. And so going out there and having the band with me, my family with me, friends with me, and kind of getting to relive that, reenact that, that really hits home for me. So we're in the process of wrapping up the full-length Had It All Wrong album. The entire album, again, is me and the guys that play with me on stage, the Will Carter Band, in the studio. That album drops this year. I love live music, and if I go to a live show, I want to be entertained. So my promise to you is that if you come to a live show, that you will be entertained. So find us, follow us. We want to meet you. We want to hang out. Website is willcarterband.com. You can see where we're going to be playing. So look us up, check us out, come see us. Also, all of our socials match, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that. Spotify, Apple Music, Pandora, Texas Radio, wherever you consume your music, you can find us at Will Carter Band.